Bordering the vast Sahara Desert, the Sahel stretches across Africa, with harsh conditions that make life incredibly difficult. Yet, a group of resilient women in northwestern Burkina Faso are transforming their corner of this arid region into a lush, productive garden. This story, told by VOA's Paul Diho, illustrates how one of Africa's poorest nations is sitting on a treasure that's not oil, diamonds, or gold, but something much greener, cleaner, and more powerful: lithium. Under the bold leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso is rewriting its history, transforming into a future energy powerhouse. In a world desperate for electric vehicle batteries and renewable energy tech, lithium, dubbed green gold, has become more valuable than ever. But with this newfound wealth, the questions remain: who controls it? Who profits from it? Stay tuned as we explore how Traoré's gamble might propel Burkina Faso into unprecedented prosperity or bring it to the edge of turmoil. The Green Awakening. Burkina Faso's reforestation movement. Burkina Faso, once seen as a dusty, landlocked country in West Africa, is now making headlines for something revolutionary: trees. Under Captain Ibrahim Traoré's leadership, the nation launched an ambitious green initiative that's turning barren lands into lush, living legacies. This is more than a tree planting project. It's a nationwide reforestation movement. The goal? To plant over 10 million trees by 2025. But these aren't just any trees. Locally, they're known as green gold. These trees stabilize the soil, enrich the land, bring back biodiversity, and most importantly, they empower local communities. The program is rooted in Traoré's vision of environmental sovereignty, where Burkina Faso takes ownership of its ecological future, rather than relying on international aid or hollow climate agreements. The impact is undeniable. Schools are involved, villages are mobilized, and even military units are planting trees. What once seemed impossible is becoming a national mission. The goal is to restore 5 million hectares of degraded land, improve agriculture, and provide shade and fruits to combat the searing heat of the Sahel. Under Traoré's leadership, environmental policy is no longer reserved for elite conferences. It's boots on the ground with seeds in the soil, and it's working. The Green Revolution inspires Africa. Burkina Faso's drylands are now dotted with signs of life. The Green Revolution isn't just about planting trees, it's inspiring neighboring countries to rethink their own barren landscapes. In the southwest of Burkina Faso, we find the Fanjora gold mine, where thousands of miners risk their lives daily in the pursuit of a few grams of gold. In just 4 years, Burkina Faso has become the fourth largest gold producer in Africa, with over 600 active mines. However, despite the wealth generated by gold, many people, like Marcel, remain trapped in poverty. For decades, the wealth from the gold mines lined the pockets of foreign corporations and corrupt middlemen. That all changed when Ibrahim Traoré took office. His administration launched a total overhaul of the gold sector, ensuring that Burkina Faso controls and benefits from its resources. Burkina Faso's gold industry. A new era: no more sweetheart deals for multinational companies. No more hidden royalties or tax loopholes. Traoré's government introduced new mining codes that favor local ownership, community shareholding, and revenue reinvestment into public infrastructure. His vision? Keep at least 70% of mining profits within the national economy. Traoré also cracked down on illegal mining, deploying security forces to reclaim sites once overrun by criminal networks. But rather than just shutting down these operations, Traoré offered alternatives. Thousands of informal miners have been retrained and formalized into licensed cooperatives, giving them legal protections and access to fair markets. The impact has been nothing short of massive. In 2024, Burkina Faso earned over $4 billion from gold exports, up from $1.2 billion just 3 years earlier. This surge in revenue is now funding hospitals, schools, and clean water systems, with the gold industry now serving the people who have lived on top of it for generations. Empowering women through the green economy and the green gold rush. Women are not just participants. They are at the heart of the movement. Burkina Faso's transformation is not only about economic progress, but also about identity, empowerment, and justice. Under Traoré's reforms, 20% of small-scale mining licenses are now reserved for women-run cooperatives. These groups have access to microloans, eco-friendly equipment, and support in managing the green economy. One of the standout programs is Mère de la Forêt, or Mothers of the Forest. This initiative has mobilized over 50,000 women in rural areas to plant and protect native trees. These women are not only restoring the land but also benefiting from fair pay through government stipends and carbon credit programs. The results of these efforts are transformative. Women are now reinvesting 90% of their income back into their families, improving their children's education, nutrition, and overall well-being. This is not token inclusion, it's structural empowerment. Traoré understands that any revolution, whether in gold or green, must include the women who keep societies running. And these women are restoring the Sahel, one tree at a time. Burkina Faso's military goes green in a surprising twist. Burkina Faso's military isn't just focused on national security, it's also playing a key role in environmental revival. The Green Brigade, formed in early 2024, is tasked with planting trees in deforested and conflict-affected zones across the country. This strategy is both pragmatic and visionary. Traoré recognizes that reclaiming degraded land isn't just about ecology, it's about stability. Forested areas provide not only ecological benefits but also strategic advantages. They prevent desert encroachment, secure food sources, and even help deter extremist groups from infiltrating the country. Across the Sahel, trees are becoming shields, not just for the environment but for national security. The Green Brigade works alongside civilians to create a bridge of trust in regions that were once battle zones. In many cases, ex-combatants are being reintegrated into society as forest rangers or environmental guards. This is rehabilitation through reforestation, and it's working. A $20 billion green and gold economy. Now let's talk numbers. The combined value of Burkina Faso's green and gold initiatives under Traoré is estimated at a staggering $20 billion. This isn't fantasy. It's the projected long-term value of sustainable gold mining, reforestation, and the resulting eco-agriculture and carbon credits. While investors are paying close attention, Traoré has made it clear that Burkina Faso will not be a free-for-all for foreign capital. New joint ventures require a minimum 51% Burkina ownership, and multinational corporations must contribute to a national environmental fund. Local hiring quotas are strictly enforced, ensuring that the profits generated stay within the country and benefit local communities. The funds generated from this green and gold economy are being reinvested into national development, solar grids, irrigation systems, vocational schools, and greenhouse projects. This is a development model tailored to the realities of the Sahel, not one copied from Western textbooks. What's even more impressive is that all of this has been accomplished with minimal debt exposure. Instead of relying on loans from the IMF or the World Bank, Burkina Faso is using its own natural wealth to fund its future. This is sovereignty in action. Burkina Faso's sovereign future. Green, gold, and empowerment. Burkina Faso's transformation from a struggling nation to a thriving eco-economy is a testament to the power of bold leadership. Under Traoré, the country has redefined what it means to be self-sufficient and sovereign. This isn't just about growing trees or exporting gold. It's about building a sustainable future, driven by the people who have been marginalized for too long. By turning its gold mines into sovereign resources, and by planting trees to restore the land, Burkina Faso is not only combating desertification, but also building a model of development that is uniquely African. It's a model that prioritizes local ownership, environmental sustainability, and economic justice. In many parts of Africa, climate change is still seen as a distant threat. But in Burkina Faso, it's being confronted head-on, with local ingenuity and government leadership leading the way. The country's actions aren't just benefiting its own people, they're setting an example for the entire continent. The future of Africa's green revolution. Burkina Faso's green gold rush isn't just about natural resources. It's about reclaiming Africa's future through sovereignty, empowerment, and sustainable development. While global powers scramble for resources, Burkina Faso is creating its own path, a path that leads to a $20 billion economy powered by the land, the people, and the environment. For many African nations, the future looks uncertain. But under Ibrahim Traoré's leadership, Burkina Faso has not just planted trees, it has planted the seeds for a prosperous, green future. The world is watching as the country redefines what it means to be an economic power on its own terms. And this is just the beginning. With Traoré at the helm, Burkina Faso is proving that Africa doesn't need charity. What it needs are fair terms, bold leadership, and the courage to chart its own course. The green gold rush has just begun, and the rest of the world has much to learn from it. Conclusion: a new vision for Africa. When historians look back on this era, They will mark it as the time when Burkina Faso turned the tide. This isn't just a mining story. It's a story of economic liberation, green innovation, and empowered communities. Burkina Faso is showing Africa and the world that with the right leadership, resources can be both a blessing and a path to sovereignty. So what's next? The road ahead is steep, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Global powers are circling, corporations are hungry, and the challenges are real. But one thing's for sure, Burkina Faso's revolution is just beginning, and with Ibrahim Traoré leading the charge, this small, determined nation is poised to show the world what true sustainable development looks like. This isn't just Africa's future, it's Burkina Faso's future. And it's one that's green, gold, and full of promise.